Hey everyone, I thought I would give you all an update as to what's been happening the last few days. Give you an update on my Canon M50, what I'm doing for the conference, and I want to talk about lens hoods as well. That's something that I wanted to talk about in a video, so I'll try and cover that. So there's going to be a few different topics in this video, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So right now I'm recording with my Canon M50, and you can see here I'm not using my Shure SM7B. This is the microphone I normally use in my videos, but I'm actually using the Shure VP83, which is attached to the Canon M50. Now you can set the audio levels yourself, and you can set the level manually, but right now I've just got it on the auto recording levels for audio, so hopefully I'm okay. Hopefully I'm not going to peak. I don't think there's a peaking option. I've got the screen at the side here. I don't think there's a peaking option for me to see where my audio levels are, but hopefully the audio levels are okay. As far as the Canon M50 goes, I really don't know anything about it yet, guys. When I did the unboxing the other day, I basically finished editing the video, and then I got changed. I got something to eat, I got changed, and I went out. It was my friend's 40th. Yesterday I went to the gym in the morning, and then I spent a couple of hours packing my bag, and I'm so glad I did it yesterday, because if I did it today, I'd be running around, chasing my ass, trying to figure out what to do. It actually took me a couple of hours, because I was trying to, I had to iron some things, and the usual things you have to do before you go away, but I also had to test some equipment. I spent an hour or so testing my Commlink, which is over there somewhere. On fire, there it's there. I was testing my Commlink, and you guys probably know what the Commlink is. It's like this little USB HDMI device that allows you to connect a camera, such as this, and use it as a webcam. For whatever reason, OBS was crashing, but the main issue was audio. And if I'm going to this conference and I want to record a live stream with a webcam or with a camera using the Commlink, then the bigger concern is audio, and my laptop fans were going crazy. And I can fix that because I have a separate audio interface, but this is just something else I need to take. And yeah, I'm trying to simplify the equipment that I'm taking. So I spent a lot of time doing that yesterday. As far as the Canon M50 goes though, I've kind of navigated the menu system. I've played around with it, but I'm still a newbie. I still need to go through it all and test it all, and trying to get the most of it. I'll probably sit down when I get back from the trip and look through some tutorials and try and get the most of it. The biggest thing, I guess, apart from the fact that I can use an external microphone, the biggest thing is autofocus. And this camera has got many positive reviews, and it's got lots of people saying that the autofocus is great. And if I do this, so you can see my hand is in focus now, and if I take it away, it's pretty quick, isn't it? So if I do that, I'm going to look there, you can see. Now, the camera right now is sitting on a tripod, a kind of mid-sized tripod, not the small one I'm taking with me. And when I'm walking around, the autofocus and the tracking will be more important, because you're jumping around, you want to focus on me, then focus on other people. So the autofocus will be a bigger concern, than when I'm sitting here, because you can just set it manually. But first impressions of the autofocus is excellent. It looks really good. One thing I've not really messed about with too much is the bokeh. I was hoping to maybe set up this scene so that you can see me and all the background is blurred, etc. That's something that's probably not great with the lens I've got on right now. I've got the 18 to 150mm lens, and it's not known for bokeh. It can do it, but really you want to jump to the 22mm prime, which I'll talk about that in a second. But that lens is a little bit better as far as creating bokeh effects and blurring the background and getting that beautiful look that all YouTubers love. As far as going to the conference goes, I was looking at some camera bags and things. The concern I have is, like, basically right now, the zoom lens I've got on this just now, or an all-round lens, that fits in perfectly in here. I can get a lens pen in here at the top. I can set a battery charger and another lens cap, or other things. At the top here I've got 4 batteries. I've actually got 5 in total, because the person I bought the Canon M50 from sent me the official battery and 2 additional third-party ones. But I had already bought a charger with 2 third-party batteries, so I've got a lot of batteries. So if I keep those charged up, I'm going to be well prepared. As I say, this bag is great. It's a fantastic little bag. It's very simple. It's a very cheap one. But it fits perfectly with one lens, but this isn't designed to have multiple lenses. So the reason I was looking at other bags is that, as you guys know, I had ordered 2 additional lenses. I'd ordered the 11 to 22mm lens for Canon and the 22mm prime that I was just talking about before. Now the 11 to 22 is the lens that I really wanted for this trip. If any other lens didn't arrive, that was the lens that I wanted, because it is effectively, you could call it the vlogging lens. It's the wide angle one. It's the one where the focal length isn't too close. With a lot of these other ones, you know, I'm sitting a little bit back from the camera right now, but my concern with this 18 to 150mm lens is that when I'm holding the camera like this, it's perhaps going to be a little bit too close to my face. And for vlogging, the certain situations, that just gets a little bit weird. You know, you really want to, you want the focal length to be lower so that you can pick up, you know, more of the environment that you're recording in. In that regard, eGlobal again. So I ended up buying the Canon M50 from eBay because I'd ordered the Canon M50 from eGlobal, which is a Hong Kong drop shipping shitty Chinese company, and they didn't deliver. You know, after weeks, they said, after 2 weeks, they said it was out of stock. They said, we won't get it to you for another 2 weeks. So I cancelled it. I got a refund. They did refund me, and I bought it from eBay. The thing that is annoying now, though, is that at that same time, I thought I'd maybe get the lens at time, because, you know, it was like last Monday or Tuesday, they said, oh, the lens are getting sent out today. But since looking into it, this is a very common complaint with eGlobal. I'll show you what they do. They've got here, they've got the 24th, and today, as I'm, you know, talking to you, it's the 28th. So for the past 5 days, it says the parcel has been picked by the courier, parcel's left the courier's warehouse. The next day it says in transit. Then it says shipment is en route to courier depot. Then it says shipment will arrive at courier depot for sorting shortly. Then it says your parcel has arrived at a sort facility. Now, that sounds like things are happening. That sounds like my lenses are flying around the world and they're going to different sorting offices. But the reality is, that's not actually happening. The tracking reference that they've given me is fake. It's a dummy number. And effectively what they do is just, you know, it's like an auto script. It's just a script that really just posts a different update every day. And you'll see the same process and the same updates for other people. And that will keep going. It is really just an application that just posts a new update, a new fake update every single day to make you think that it is coming. But it could be coming. I've seen some people, and what happens is they will get the delivery, and then 2 days later it's still saying your parcel was at a sort facility because the script is kind of messed up. But for many other people, what happens is it keeps going on. It's now at the courier, it now goes this, it's now at this. And then it says, oh, there's been a delay with your parcel. And then it says, oh, it's not, you know, the package has been lost or something like that. And yeah, it's the scam. So the dilemma that I'm in just now is what to do. Do I wait or do I just go out and buy it? So I raised a PayPal dispute with eGlobal an hour ago. I'm like, you know what? They've not answered my last 3 emails about the lenses. They're not telling me what's happening. They're giving me a fake transcript as to what's happening with the lens. It's clear it's not arriving today. So I was looking at the 11 to 22 on Amazon, and if I order within the next, where is it? If I order within the next hour or so, I should be, right, now it's saying tomorrow. Right, I'm screwed. Basically, I was looking at this and it said I had a couple of hours to order before I get it, to get it delivered tonight. But now that doesn't seem to be the case. So, you know, whether I get the 11 to 22 or not doesn't look like it's going to be possible. Before I started recording this, it basically said you've got 3 hours to order the Canon 11 to 22 and it will arrive tonight. Same day delivery. That's quite annoying. It seems to be changed and it now says 11 hours. 11 hours. Yeah, so it's saying that it's changed it. Basically, Amazon's changed it. So that's disappointing, but I could open up a chat script and maybe see if it is possible to get it. But that was the dilemma. Do I just take this lens or do I just order the 11 to 22? So it looks like I'll just be taking this lens, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. You know, if I get a little bit closer, maybe I'll be about this range. Yeah. So that's the dilemma I had with eGlobal. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I was hoping to go to this conference with 3 lenses that covered everything: the zoom, the kind of bokeh effects and the vlogging lens. I was well prepared ordering these lenses and the camera weeks in advance, but yeah, I made the mistake of relying on a drop shipping company from Hong Kong to do this. One that does have a bad reputation for messing people's plans up. So it is my fault. You know, I can't blame I'll blame you global, but I can't blame myself for not just ordering it from Amazon. That's why I was looking at camera bags. So if I was, if I do manage to order the 11 to 22, I'm not sure if I can now, but if I did, this camera bag, as good as it is, isn't suitable for 2 lenses. But it wouldn't really be a bad thing. I think I'd be as well just keeping this camera bag just now and then just picking a lens for the conference and just say, right, I'm going to use this lens or I'm going to use that lens. It's one of those things. I think when you're planning for something like this, you go, all right, we're going to this trip, but when you're doing a lot of recording and you're trying to, you're basically creating a new setup. I bought a new camera, new lenses, new everything, and I was trying to do a totally new setup and an improved setup. In hindsight, and I really have made a mistake with this, in hindsight, I should have just ordered the camera and all the lenses from the UK a few weeks ago. Not only because it would have saved all this hassle with eGlobal, but because it would have given me a couple of weeks to test the camera, to see what I like, see what I don't like, and get used to the camera. And really, I'll be going to the conference with a basic understanding of the camera. That's definitely my mistake. I was thinking that when I ordered it, I would have a week, to sort this out, to test things and all that, but I don't. It's one of those things. I'm taking my Sony RX100 Mark III as well, so I do have some options when I'm over there. But yeah, I'll definitely learn from that in the future. If I'm going to another event and I decide to get another lens or another camera or something, I definitely go for the more expensive route, but the quicker and more reliable route, one where I know I will get the camera. So yeah, I'm going to do some more tests over the next hour or so, see what this lens is like in different situations. But at this point, I think I'll maybe just take this camera on its own with this lens. But if I'm not happy with it, I might rush out and just go and buy the 11 to 22 from somewhere, so that I can do the footage that I want to do, because we're doing lots of interviews, etc. So at the conference, I'm hoping to do lots of videos, but the videos are actually going to be on my other YouTube channel. Now, I will try and do some videos for this channel, for my main tech channel, for all you guys. I'm going to try and do some videos for all of you. But time, it could be difficult, because, I'm going to be at the conference all day long, and then at night time there's going to be dinners with people, and the problem is not me recording footage for you. If I'm walking around, I can hold up the camera and go, hey guys, this is this, and show you things. The problem is I need to then take that memory card out the camera, go home, put it in the laptop, edit the video, and then upload it. And when you're so busy and then going to the conference, and I'm helping out with a team, we've got a booth, we need to talk to people all day. I can definitely get videos at Vegas on this channel, but it's whether it's now or a week from now or something. But I will do my best to show you what's happening over there, and keep you guys updated. I do appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. So yeah, I'm pretty much sorted for that. I've got my bags packed. I don't have much room on it. I really am packed to the gills. When you go to these conferences, you do get a ton of free stuff. This is the thing, you can walk around and get free t-shirts. I specifically wore this one today for this video as an example. What I found with the other conferences I've been to in the past for kind of website development conferences, WordPress, you get a lot of t-shirts, and when you get home, some of them are too tight or you just don't like them. I've found that most of them end up going in a bag and I give them to charity or throw them out. But there's one or two t-shirts that, despite the fact it's basically advertising a company, they're so comfortable and I like the design, and I just enjoy wearing them. They feel good, that I still wear them. So I'll probably end up doing the same over there, going around and getting some t-shirts. But I'm hoping that they'll maybe throw in some tech stuff. I'd love to get some power banks or something like that. I looked at power banks for the conference as well, because I've got the camera, I've got the gimbal, I've got my phone, I've got lots of things I need charged. So I did look at buying some power banks. But what I've decided to do is just take the two ones that I've got. I've got a little small one that's not, it's got like 5,000 milliamps, and I've got one that's bigger at 16,500 milliamps, which has got two USB ports, but only one work. It's not exactly ideal, But a power bank is something that's just easy to go out and just pick up if you do need to get one. So it's not something I'm worried about. Plus, if we're at the booth, we'll probably have a wall socket. You know, we'll have an adapter that we can just plug in things and charge. So I hope you've enjoyed this update. But one thing I want to do before I go is just talk about lens hoods. So this is the lens hood, which is supposed to be for this camera. This is the one that was sent to me when I bought it from the guy from eBay. Now, the ones I've got here for the 11 to 22 and 22mm, these are official lens hoods. These are the official ones, and these were much more expensive than the third-party ones. Much more expensive. So I want to talk about that. The fact that these are official, but this one isn't. So what I'm going to do, I might as well, is take this third-party one and put it onto the Canon M50. So that's how easy it is, and that's how I'll be using it. And you know, it kind of reduces lens flares and protects the lens and all that. As far as a third-party lens goes, right? So I'm not going to. Before I go on, little asterisk, little disclaimer. I am not an expert on this. I am not an expert photographer. I'm not an expert at filmmaking either. The whole issue about third-party versus official lens hoods is something that is new to me, if I'm honest. I mean, I've always known what lens hoods are. I've always known what their main purpose is. But as far as third-party versus official, it's not something that I really know much about. You can see this Sony one. This is my Sony RX10, and this has an official one on it. This one came with it. Then that was I guess that's my first or second time I've had a lens hood. I won't talk about filters because I'm still researching filters as far as... Okay, I'll talk about this because I've been reading a lot about this. A lot of people say that ND filters and other types of filters are necessary. A lot of other people say that they're not necessary. I was talking to a few of you guys about this, but I still want to learn more about it before I make a decision. But as far as lens hoods go, it reduces lens flare, but it can also protect your lens. If you drop your camera, even if it's just a little small knock on the table, a lens hood, because, you know, when the camera drops, it does that. You know, it drops down like that. The lens hood would break, it would be damaged, but you would protect your lens. And that's one advantage of using a lens hood. It's not just a way to stop lens flaring. It can protect your lens as well. So it's a practical thing to buy. Now, as far as third party versus first party, I bought 3 of these. Now, I returned one of them because it was for the 15 to 45mm lens, which I didn't get. It's the kit lens, but I ended up getting 18 to 150, so I didn't need it. So I've still got these two. One's for the 11 to 22, one's for the 22. Well, that's for the 22, that's for the 11 to 22. And one was like £14, one was like 20 odd pounds, like 22. Very expensive because it really is a bit of plastic that looks like it's, you know, like $1 to make in China or something like that. Now there's a lot of third party ones, but the third party ones, those can retail maybe about half or even a third as much as the official ones. There really is a big saving with the third party ones. So I looked into this issue of, you know, third party versus official. The general consensus that I've saw on DP Review and a few other websites seems to be that with third party ones, some people love them and some people always buy them. And then you've got the people that always buy the official ones, and those are the best. The people who are buying the official ones, you know, these kind of ones, they say that they buy the official ones because, one, that they're designed for them and they screw on perfectly. Third party ones sometimes don't work well with other accessories, filters and other things. Sometimes third party ones have vignetting, so you know maybe see the darkness closing in the shot. And I've seen some other people talk about different things as well, as far as it doesn't protect from lens flares is good and all that as well. There's a lot of other reasons that they talked about it. And within the lens hood as well, with the Canon lens hoods, in the inside there's a kind of felt. You don't get that, this Sony one doesn't have it, but in the Canon ones there's a little bit of felt in the inside, and apparently that can reduce lens flares. And if you look at the third party Canon ones, then those ones don't have it. The Canon ones have this kind of felt in the middle, this kind of black felt in the middle, and apparently that really does reduce lens flare and glaring and all these kind of things. But with the third party ones, the non-official ones, you don't get that, you just get the plastic. the one that I'm using just now just has the plastic. I don't have the experience of using lens hoods to the point where I've used them and then compared them. My guess is right now is I'm going to be happy with this one. My guess is I'll be happy with these, but in hindsight, probably I maybe paid too much for these. I maybe did. The complaints that I've seen some people level against these third-party lens hoods, you know, as far as they don't have the felt, or maybe they don't screw in correctly, or maybe the lens, the felt isn't there, and all these other things. Maybe there's a little bit of lens glare. I think that it's important to remember that with lens hoods, like anything, there's good ones and there's bad ones. Now, I think if you really do want to make sure you always get a good lens hood for your camera, and you always want to get, you know, the best, is this going to come off? You always want to get the best lens hood. You know, this one's an official Sony one. Zoom in. Not zoom in, focus in. If you always want to get the best one, buy official. As far as the third-party ones go, look at reviews. Look at all the reviews. If you're going to buy a third-party one, you want to save money, check out some reviews and see what other people are saying. There's a few of them where people have criticised it and say that, you know, it doesn't fit right, it just isn't good, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't work well. But there's others that are fantastic. And in hindsight, if I had more time and if I wasn't in a rush to buy lots of equipment, etc., obviously in this way, I didn't know that the lenses wouldn't be arriving on time. But if you're not in a rush, check out the reviews, because I think that moving forward, if I was buying a lens hood, I would look at the prices obviously, and if there's not a big difference, I'd probably go official. But if there is a big difference, I would look at the reviews, and if the reviews are positive, I'd go with the third party one. I think that's the best advice I can give to anyone. Go with official if you always want to make sure you get the best lens hood. But if you want to save money, go third party. But just make sure you check out some reviews, just to make sure there's no problems, you know, as far as screwing it in, as far as it not doing what it should do. Quite, you know, it is a bit of a boring subject, this, but if you're looking to buy a camera, most people will go out and buy a lens hood for protection, for improving the camera setup. So it is something that I'm sure many of you will have to ask yourselves at one point. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. It's been a little bit different. I'm not being lazy with my webcam and my mic, which is fantastic for streaming, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. When I use the Canon M50 next time, I'll probably be walking around. I'll probably show you some things. Right now I'm static, and I'm showing you the autofocus and all that kind of thing. Does look good. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the feedback over the last few weeks with getting this set up. The fact that I bought the Canon M50 and the fact that I'm moved towards the lenses that I'm looking to buy, it's a big part of the reason I've went for this setup is because of the discussions that I've had with you guys in the comment area. I really do take your comments on board, and I'm not going to say that I'm always going to do what you guys suggest, but I did take all your comments on board, and I started with the Canon M50, looked at all these other cameras, and I've kind of went full circle and went back with the Canon M50, and so far I am very happy. And it's at 23 minutes, I only get 29 minutes, 59 seconds, so I have to stop recording. But yeah, thanks guys, I do appreciate it. So I'll try and do some videos when I'm in Vegas. I will try and do an update for you guys, at the very least, just one day from the room or walking around or something like that. I'll try and give you guys an update. And over the next couple of weeks, I'll definitely be testing the M50 more. I'll definitely be doing clips. I'll definitely be, trying to figure out what this camera is all about, what I like and what I don't like, and then I'll, advise you guys. Because I know some of you guys are quite interested in it as well. So far, I'm loving it. I think it's a fantastic camera. I'm really happy with it. But time will tell whether that opinion stays. So thanks for watching, guys. Please do leave a comment, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Hopefully next time it'll be in Vegas. Cheers, guys.